Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how I'm upgrading the radio in my 2017 Hyundai Accent. This works for 2012 to 2017 Hyundai Accents. I'm specifically in the US, but I know this car is sold in other countries, so I'm assuming it's about the same process in every country. And today I'm going to be working with the Idoing audio upgrade. I got this from Idoing. I've had one of these in my other cars before. They're pretty good systems. They also offer backup cameras. And here's the kit. It has everything in it. You can see me in the reflection here, obviously, it's the screen. You got all your wires in here. They give you a nice bezel to put in your vents and your buttons. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we want to do is take our pry tools and start prying up this bezel. Now be careful because this dash is really easy to scratch up, so you want to be very careful with that. All right, after wrestling with that for a while, I finally got it out. What I had to do was I actually got back under here and popped this just a little bit. It's not going to come out because there are screws completely holding in at the top, but the bottom it has some clips. So I moved that just a little bit. That gave me enough clearance to get a tool under here. You can see I marred it just a little bit, but it's not too bad. And it finally came out. Now we are going to need to reuse these vents, and we're going to need to get this out down here to transfer into our new guy. Okay, so I just removed everything from our OEM bezel. So there is 4 screws for the vents, 6 screws for these controls down here. I was not able to get this last one out. You really don't need to. You just need the whole panel out. You can leave it plugged in. It's not a big deal. And then on the back of the vents, there are these clips. It's a little hard to get started, so I took a screwdriver and a prier, and once I got 2 of them off, the rest of them came off pretty easy, but you kind of have to work both at the same time. All right, and next up is to remove the radio. There's just 4 Phillips screws. I also just transferred over our clips, and I put the vents back in. I'm going to leave the bottom portion, these guys, until we get the new radio in, just so it's not that way I don't have to like keep it stuck here. All right, I got the 4 screws out. This one stripped on me, but thankfully I don't believe with this new one we actually have to screw it back in, so that's nice. But yeah, as you can see, there is 2 main clips here as well as the radio antenna, and I don't know what the other one is, but there's 4 things here. It's pretty simple. Okay, now I've pretty much plugged almost everything in. I want to show you how I ran the backup camera. So the camera goes into that yellow thing. It's going to attach right there. I had run it down the dash, up under here, behind the pedals, behind the carpet, pulled out this trim, here it is, zip tied it along here, ran it under this panel. Make sure you run the wires between the seatbelt and the plastic. Continued it along here. You can kind of see where the plastic wasn't fully seated. Stuffed it under here. I then just kind of ran it up like that, and I have it loosely zip tied up here for now. And then I removed this valance that goes behind the reverse lights because there's a grommet here. So I just ran the wires that come out of the camera into this. Really nice that Hyundai put this in here. We're gonna run it along down the existing wiring harness into the trunk. And then to tap into our reverse lights, there's a panel back here, and I will have to get into there and splice into the wiring. All right, I got the camera on. These screws are really difficult to work with. They're really tiny, and if you don't have the right screwdriver, you can very easily strip them like I did. So these, I couldn't even get that one all the way down, but at least this one I got all the way down, and it's tight enough that it's not super loose, but it does still kind of move around. But I don't know, that's the best I can do. So yeah, we're just gonna run these wires around here and connect it to the other ones. All right, let me show you how I wired this back here because I got a little confused. I know it's kind of a mess, it's still a work in progress, but you plug in both your yellows, right? That's pretty obvious. You have a black and red cord that comes down here. Now you gotta split that one in half. Your black is like a ground, so this just goes by itself. And then you wire the white from the yellow cord into the positive from the red cord. So you have the white and the red together, and the black, I just have it kind of nubbed off into nothing. This is the correct setup, and then obviously you have to run your power red down into your reverse light where it's red, or your power for your reverse light down there. Now, because the Hyundai Accent is designed with all of the lights built into the body, but you have the camera up there, it makes it a little difficult because when you go to close the trunk, the wires have to separate, right? They kind of have to go 2 different directions versus when I did this in my 2014 Toyota Camry, the reverse lights are up there on the trunk. So it makes it really easy to tie it all together. So if you guys have a good solution on how I can organize this better, please let me know because obviously I hate the spaghetti wire mess, but it is functional and I am a function over form kind of guy. And just to go over the wiring in the back again, this car is really simple, guys. It's pretty easy to set up. You have your main plugs that plug right in. And the only real weird thing is the camera, right? So the camera, there's 2 yellow connections. You make sure those are going together. And then there's a white cord that comes out of the camera and you plug it into the reverse blue wire. Pretty self-explanatory. The rest of this stuff just plugs right in. You kind of got your wire pigtails. You just kind of follow the diagram. It all goes in where it needs to go. A lot of the stuff you're not even going to use because it's a really basic car. But like down here is your radio antenna. This guy right here. This is the GPS. This is a few other things. And there's also a little microphone guy that you can plug in if you want. That's what this big bundle is back here. And there's your little GPS. That's where I put the GPS on top of the radio. All right, guys. So I've been using this radio for a couple months now. And I got to say, I really love this head unit. But first, I want to go over a couple things that I was struggling with in terms of the backup camera. So now I have it all fixed. So when I put it in reverse, it immediately goes into the backup camera. And now when I put it in park, it immediately goes away. But when I first installed it, there's a couple settings that you got to fix. So let me show you those settings now. So first, you want to go into your settings. You want to go to factory. The code is 3368 for an Idoing head unit. Under back car is what it's called. You want to make sure front view is disabled because it was defaulting to a front camera that this car doesn't have. And what you want to do is make sure that cancel the reverse into recorder is not enabled, because what was happening was when it was on, you put it in reverse, right? And then you put it in park, it goes away, but then this would show up. And I'm like, what the heck is this? I don't know what that is. I don't care about this. So, I'd have to hit the back button to get out of it. But if this is disabled, it's just a camera and it doesn't go into the recording menu. So this is a little helpful tip here. If you're installing this, make sure that that setting is disabled, because it was driving me crazy. I couldn't figure it out. Thankfully, the Idoing support people are very helpful. They really try their best to make sure that you're having a good experience with the product, which is why you want to buy a nicer quality head unit like this Idoing one from a reputable company, because they will actually stand behind their product. They'll help you out. And otherwise, other than that weird little setting thing that I didn't know about, it's been a great radio. So this has wireless Apple CarPlay, and the screen is really good. I mean, obviously it's not like exactly as snappy as like a Tesla screen or a brand new iPad, but for, a head unit you put in your car, I mean, it's really, really great. I love being able to open the maps, have my Apple Music or my, whatever music I use. Apple CarPlay is amazing. Your Apple CarPlay, you love Apple CarPlay. This radio does it, and I love that this radio does it wirelessly. It pairs very quickly. You just have to go into this little CarLink thing right here. That's how you get to it. Really great. Here's your back button to get back into the actual radio stuff. I don't really use any of this stuff, honestly, but I do love the fact that it has a backup camera now, and I love the fact that it has Apple CarPlay. Another nice feature is, since that my Hyundai Accent is a 2017 Value Edition, which is the top trim level for this car, I have a full array of steering wheel buttons. Some of these cars have completely nothing. I've owned one of these. My blue one had just the cruise control, none of this other stuff. But you can make these buttons do things. Like I was able to pair it so that the volume things work, and I was able to assign the up and down track for my music. And I believe I set this one to be a play pause button, and you can set that up in the settings here. So to pair your steering wheel controls, you go into general, you go down to steering wheel settings, and then this is where you pair all of them. I accidentally just erased all my settings by hitting this X button. Don't do that if you've already paired it. So this is where you start, setting things up for what you want them to do here. So like when I push a button here, like the volume up, it notices that and things change on the screen. So once you hold it down, then you press what the function you want it to do. So once you're in one, you push it, and then you have all these options of what you want to pair that button to do. So you could make this your volume knob, or you could make it a skip button or a Bluetooth pair button. You could pair it to anything you want, actually. I was even able to pair this button to go to Siri. Of course, when I push the button, since I'm filming on my iPhone, Siri turns off my video. But I promise you, when you push the button, Siri comes up if that's something that you want to have happen in your car. All right, guys, and there you have it. That is the overview and the install and the long-term ownership review of the Idoing head unit for the 2012 to 2017 Hyundai Accent. I love it. I'm so glad I was able to work with Idoing to get this radio. Again, they've been awesome to work with, and the product stands for itself. I mean, this is a really nice, high-quality radio. I see this lasting for a long time, and if you want to get one of these, go down in the link below. I'll have it linked. You can check it out there, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.